as far as improvement goes, outside of what Tiger there said, there was something else I also do notice, and that is you definitely have gotten better in terms of like combat and not being as over flustered and overwhelmed with it. However, not everyone wants to describe a kill. Sometimes a kill is just a kill, and just move on. So just be aware of that.
Okay.
Usually, unless my players say, "Hey, I'd like to describe it," I only go for the boss kill, like the big guy you kill last. Typically, he is the described kill. Otherwise, you're sitting there describing Bill or Zombie
Yep.
3B.
Yeah. Oh,
And
and
he's
the other thing
3B
is,
because half of him is actually 3A, and they're two different zombies now.
yeah, and the other thing I was going to say is, as far as the long rest, short rest, don't get me wrong. Every player loves their long rest and short rest, and that way they can feel better. However, we should only take a long rest in an area that we deem safe. Just saying like, oh, I give you a long rest. We're still in a fucking shadow temple. Like, I ain't gonna take a long rest in a shadow temple. You got me fucked up.
That's what watches are for.
Yeah, at most, that right there should at least be like a short rest, but even then, we're still in darkness. I don't think I heard you mention at once that this area came light again, so we're still in darkness, or at
Nope.
least like
You're still
no
in dim
light.
light. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
still
so
dim
I'm
dim
not
light
saying,
for everyone.
yeah,
Well, I
so
guess.
I don't think any adventurers in their right mind would take a long rest or short rest in a dim lit dungeon area. It's just not feasible.
I've
So
got
do not.
a DM video I can share with Rose on that exact topic. I was going to share it with her a day or two ago, but we got busy doing something else.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Rose, before you offer a long rest, make sure the air is a reasonable place for a long rest. Otherwise, offer a short rest, and even then, the area does count and matters. It's just not like a
Rose,
free short rest.
we will never say no to a long rest.
Uh
Yeah,
huh. The
You
area is
say take a
basically
long rest, we're not going to argue about it. We're going to take the long rest, and then we're going to be like, oh, why was that encounter so fucking easy? It's like we had all our resources and had a long rest before it or something. I didn't realize there was a save point there. I must have missed the herbs.
I gave
exactly,
you a long
exactly.
rest on purpose because I knew how difficult this battle was going to be. I figured you would need a long rest and most of your resources for this fight.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, in the terms of sensibility of it, it doesn't really make much of a sense. You know what I mean?
Yes. Like Arson Blue
Yeah.
threw five of his level ones, one of his level twos, nearly died at
But
least
that's
once, went half to
yeah.
half
Oh
health
yeah.
once, and used
That
an
is
additional
that is
counter.
part of the process of doing stuff on before you do a long rest. The one thing that I saw in the video I mentioned is his homebrew version of it is he doesn't allow long rests unless you're in town.
Mm.
Yeah. And
Short
then
anywhere else, it's a short rest if you feel safe. You know, you've barricaded yourself into a room with one door, and somebody is standing against the door and with the barricade as the guard duty. That's a short rest.
yeah,
You don't
and
want to
then
sit in
on
there
top
for 8 hours. You'd go fucking stir crazy.
oh yeah, no, no, no. But and then the other part of that, Rose, is that it creates the sensibility of spell management because obviously, we have to manage the spells used. Like if we're just going through spells, except we're not going to get a long rest, it removes kind of that management style because we are responsible to manage like how many spells we use and when we use them, especially if you're kind of like a wizard or even a warlock.
Okay.
Like warlocks, they have their ultra fast, but wizards, they really do have to like manage their spells along with sorcerers. It's just a thing.
Wizard is a very
Otherwise,
difficult thing though, because depending on what you've encountered spell wise, you could have a lot of spells.
yeah,
If you know what you're doing, yes. All right, Tasha.
I like that my wild magic surge just kind of fucked everyone over. No
Reasonable.
improvement. Yep. Because I keep saying this is going to be the
The
campaign
goddamn
where
arson
everyone's like,
campaign.
yes, the goddamn arson campaign until he gets blowed up either by something, his team, or he
Honest,
blows
it
himself.
won't be friendly fire.
But yeah, that's me.
Alright, and last but not least, new.
My favorite part was the end. No, I'm kidding. It was all pretty good. I enjoyed the combat overall. I enjoyed most of the way you did it, and my improvements are again descriptive wise. Not that you're doing bad descriptions, much like Tiger said, you're doing longer than needed descriptions, and you just still got to work on your quantifying it into shorter, easier to understand blurbs so that combat doesn't turn into wait 20 minutes for Rose to describe the thing she's describing and then get to attack.
Fair. That's why I mainly didn't describe most of them, though I need to remember to actually describe them. Why I did the big
Yeah,
description to the boss more than anything else.
I was trying to help you with descriptions when
I
I could.
appreciate that, because I get flustered and I'm like, hey, this she
Oh yeah,
here, this she here, this she here, this map, this
you were
map, this map,
starting to
these
focus on you,
dice.
you were starting to focus on too many things.
It's really hard to do combat with 4 ways and 20 million monsters and then try to remember, oh yeah, you have to describe things on top of that and where they are on top of that and know what everybody needs to do on top of that.
I
You
mean,
don't
it's
need to
not
know.
really your job to know what everybody
You
needs
don't need to
to
know
do.
what everyone's doing. You need to know or
Yeah,
what everyone plans to do. You need to know what everyone is doing when they say it's their action. You don't have to
yeah,
think
that
about
would be
what my
important.
character's doing until it's my turn, or you're affecting me.
But the case of I need to
And as far
know
as
where you are and in case of if you're here, you can attack monster A, B, C, D, K. He's probably gonna
Yeah,
attack
but
the
if it's
biggest
not my
one going
turn, I
here.
can't attack anyone. If it's
See,
not my
that's
turn, I only get to attack if somebody gives me the opportunity, such as an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
And that only that you don't need to think about the that either, because if I'm not thinking about that, you forgot about it. I wasn't thinking about. I forgot about it. I don't get an attack of opportunity. It's that simple.
Thank you, Miss
that's
Red.
kind of why I did like Roll20 in that way, because then it was easier to track these things.
yeah,
I do we want to go back to Roll20?
it might be
No,
something
because
to consider.
I'm on my phone most of the time, and it's like,
You have a laptop you can use.
yeah, I do, but it's a pain in the ass because if I need to use the washroom in a hurry,
So
I about to
move
mention that
it.
time should have been up to get on. Like I said, Rose, it's something to at least consider.
Okay. Or Owlbear. I might have to learn Owlbear, but
Owlbear's
regardless.
just
Albert
like Roll20.
Albert's
But
pretty easy. You just put it doesn't have the dice rolling in there and that stuff. Usually, I think there's some new features that might include that now.
Yeah, I'll have
But
to see
mostly, it's
which one
just
I
the map
like.
and the tokens. It's pretty simple.
Hi, Tiffany. Alright. Well, that is our session. And don't forget to check out our YouTube. We will be having videos once I figure out how to get all of them out because I'm reworking it. We will be having videos out roughly every 2 days, give or take. So that'll be Friday, Sunday, Wednesday, no, Tuesday, Wednesday for the 4 different games that we're having. So make sure you keep caught up on that at Sarelth, Sarelth, on YouTube, and that also has all of our other socials on there as well. And please follow the wonderful, wonderful Fire and Flames TikTok so maybe I can go live on that and stop getting people asking if I'm going to sing. For the life of God. We love you all.
All right, so what do you
And
want to
have a
sing?
great rest of your night. Bye, guys.